It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. And big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards.
It's the Monarchs and the Raiders on EA Sports.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the London Monarchs and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, this is a matchup, folks. Well, they're excited about this one, and for good reason. We got two offenses that are operating at extremely high levels.
No question about it, Brandon. This is not a matchup that you get that often. We're going to see the number 1 and number 2 offenses in the entire NFL on the same field. I'd hate to be one of these defensive coordinators. We know that more than likely they've had a few sleepless nights getting ready for this one, and we're definitely going to see some points put up on the board.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field.
They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Let's go!
Throwing to start here is Tua.
And he's got his man on the out route.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now a handoff up the middle.
Whitfield. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yellow, opposite, green, check white.
On play action, here's Tua. And this is taken in at the 5.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Odell Beckham. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Willis looking to throw it.
He'll buy some time right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this is caught inside the 5.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
And they rattle off a big one. 53 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
And they'll run again.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Monarchs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point in the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
To his throw, taken in by Adams.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a give right side.
Whitfield.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Ready.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Taking it about the 36. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 45 yards. And the Monarchs have taken the lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football. Gay now set to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Tua. He hits Adams, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Ready.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Las Vegas.
They'll run on first down. Whitfield.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Whitfield, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Come on, 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone as he's got a first down on that last catch. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again.
Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Herbert going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. John Ross, 57 yards.
And the Monarchs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Get him going, baby. Let's go.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Caught on the right side by Adams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They run again on first down. Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack.
Touchdown!
Mike Williams
from 19 yards away.
And the Monarchs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. 5 plays there on that drive.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Tua now on first down. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check pitch. Yellow line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Whitfield, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Tua going to throw. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Here's Herbert. Throw right side, complete to Williams.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. On the move to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Willis to throw.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Nico Collins. His first touchdown in the air. And the Monarchs will end their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that may prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
Reference there, folks. But yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Gay is on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Tua now on first down. Over the middle to Beckham.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert now. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
Flush to his right. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
Going on 4th down, here's Willis.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Past the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 7,
Willis.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw here's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on
the ready.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's got room. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all game long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Tua. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Looking to pass. Tua. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Tua to throw again.
Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, Tua's throw pulled in by Renfro.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for our visitors, the win pushes their record now to 11-2.